So guys, I'm just going to give you a little run through of some of my accounts that I've been running whilst using the POW Banker EA. Now, this video will hopefully give you a little insight into how we do things inside POW and how you can use, master accounts and demo accounts to build and collect data from the live market that you can then use to make decisions and copy over to different prop firm accounts and live accounts and personal accounts and so on and so on. But in order to do that, you need to set up these master accounts by using the portfolio builder that we provide POW members. And you can create your own diversified portfolios of as many different set files as you want, as many different pairs as you want, covering all market conditions. And you can then, do what I'm doing here, which is building and collecting data. So here we go. Now, this double Confluence account I've had running since the 15th of April, actually. So it's been running a good couple of months now. As you can see, we've got some good data from this master account. It's up 45K, which I wouldn't pay too much of attention to just yet, simply because I have made some changes to this master account as it goes along, which at the start I wasn't expecting to do, but I realized that when I created this master account, whilst I did want to make it as aggressive, because I was trying to pass a 300K challenge, which I did pass in the end, actually. But whilst I wanted to make it as aggressive as possible by running most of the major pairs, I noticed as I went along that it was almost like too aggressive. And I ended up seeing like quite a lot of drawdown. And there was a few days where I saw a good 10K drawdown. So what I decided to do with those set files was either reduce the lot sizes on those set files. So let's say, for example, I'll scroll down and show you actually. If we go close trades and let's see what the biggest lot sizes were. This GU set file I actually removed at the start anyway because the lot sizes were way too big. But as you can see here, this set file here, the UCAD set file, 1.57 lots, it was capped at. That was a set file that I actually reduced. I kept seeing that go into drawdown quite a few times. So I decided to, rather than run 1.57 as my max lots, I decided to half that. And I've done that with quite a few set files. The set files that I kept seeing go past their, historical drawdown that I saw in the back test, I decided to either half the lot sizes so that I could keep the exposure to a minimum, or I decided to simply remove those set files altogether and just put them onto a different account that I've got running somewhere else. But I noticed that it actually worked really well because, as you can see here, from the 10th or 11th of June, the drawdown has actually been really low, but I've still been banking decent profit. So I've been banking roughly about $400 to $500 a day. And the drawdown hasn't gone over, 2-3K since the 10th of June. Whereas, as you can see here, these days here were like, 8-10K drawdown days. And luckily I was copying over to a 300K account, and I was actually using a lot multiplier of like 0.7. Otherwise I probably would have hit an EP a few times. But this is why we collect data from the live market and run our demo accounts first, because otherwise we wouldn't know these things, right? If I had collected this data now that I know all this, then I'm more confident to go and copy over to, let's say, a 100K account or a 200K account. What I done at the start was simply put it straight on a challenge, and I hit an EP straight away. I think I shared that in a previous video, and I've had to make adjustments as I go along. So it is what it is. But yeah, got some decent data right now. Loads of trades in there, 6,500 trades. It's a very busy account and it's always got trades open, which is fine. I'm more than comfortable with that. Some of my accounts don't work like that. Some of them do. It's good to have, like, let's say you've got 5 licenses. It's good to have accounts running different things. You might have one account that's really aggressive, one account that's not so aggressive and more conservative. You might have another account that only takes a few trades a week, and so on and so on. But that's the beauty of the POW process. So I'll scroll down and just show you some of the results. 9% in April, 7.5% in May. Again, I was copying this over to a 300K challenge, which I passed at the end of May. I think I passed halfway through May actually. And again, I shared that in a different video. And as you can see here, I was running most of the major pairs. Now, the best set file that I've actually seen from this was gold. And if I go back here, this gold set file here, gold sells, I've capped this at 0.1 simply because how much gold moves, and it just banks so well. So what I've done is actually taken this set file and I've put it onto a completely separate account, and I'm just running that on that account. So this is something that I'm doing with a lot of my set files at the moment. Is I have a look at my master accounts. I kind of review the data and see what set files are working best. What's been banking consistently, what hasn't seen big drawdown. What is worth just running on its own. And I take that set file and I put it onto its own master account. And I'll show you that in a second because I've done it with GU as well. And I'm just literally running one set file on one master account or two set files on one master account. And what I found is it actually makes it really easy to track and really easy to manage the performance and track the performance of the account and the set file. Whereas when I started this account, I had 30 set files running all together, and I realized it made it really difficult to track. I didn't know what was going on. There was so much open all the time. I didn't know what set files were open, to be honest. So I just kind of let it do its thing, but it made it really difficult to manage. So I'm trying to simplify all my accounts at the moment, and that's one of the things that I'm doing. So it seems to be working really well at the moment. As you can see here in June, when I made it less aggressive, so as I said before, half some of the lot sizes, reduce the lot sizes, remove some of the really aggressive set files, it still made nearly 4%. So happy days. This was copying over to my Darwin account. Let's just load. Yeah, so that double Confluence account was copying over to this Darwin account, which has done 26K, 26% since the 27th of March. Insane. But what I'd done was when I saw my double Confluence account go into big drawdown, I decided to remove it from my Darwin because it was messing up my Darwin. My Darwin is actually, I've been allocated 60K now. So I just had another 30K allocation this month. So that's growing nicely. And I've got something else copying over to my Darwin now. In a little bit of drawdown at the moment, but not too worried about that. As you can see, a lot of trades from the double Confluence account. And with the Darwin, I just decide when I want to switch it off, to be honest. If there's some days where, say we're going into NFP, I think it might have been here on one of these days, I just literally close it down because I don't want to mess up my Darwin score and my Darwin ranking. So I think I shared a previous video on my Darwin account and results. So take a look at that if you want to know more. But I will move on from this one. GU only. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. I've had this set file running probably since last year. Where are we now? June, July 24. I've had this running since last year, probably last August. I've had this running on different accounts, and it is just so unbelievably consistent. And unfortunately, when I had an issue with IC Markets where they changed their servers and I had to redo all my accounts. It was very frustrating. So I lost all my data on my social trader tools. I had to restart everything again, which was really annoying, but it is what it is. So that's why I haven't really got loads of data on this. But what I've done here is I've taken this GU set file. I think there's two set files running on this. I'll scroll down in a second, and I've just put it into its own account so that I can easily track the performance. And one thing I've noticed is if this goes into drawdown, it makes it really easy to bulk copy the positions over, because sometimes when you bulk copy and you've got other things running, you might bulk copy and then it starts opening a different set file and it kind of messes up your results, or you might hit an EP. Whereas when you just bulk copy this, I know that nothing else is going to open. So it makes it really easy to bulk copy. So I'm going to be doing that with a lot of my accounts. simplifying them, like I said before. So it's nearly done 2% since the 4th of June. Okay, so yeah, 2% in June, really, really steady. I haven't seen the drawdown go over about 1.7, 1.8K. So if this was copying over to a funded account, this would be a very nice withdrawal. Or I could literally double the lot multiplier and either earn more profit or copy it over to a challenge and so on and so on. I could increase the lot multiplier, copy over to a 200K account if I wanted to, or a cent account. You can do so much with this once you have that data. But it's a really nice account. Only 134 trades, so not that much volume, but just enough to see 2% a month. And we'll have a look at the closed trades. I'll just show you here. I have capped the lot sizes at 1 lot, so I won't be overexposed if there's a big move on GU. Yeah, the 1 lots, I very rarely see it open. I mean, let's count it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 times. 8 times then 1 lots have been open in the past month, so not a lot at all. And it's just a really nice account. So I'll keep that running until the end of the year, hopefully. Moving on. HFT Fix Lots. So this was an account that I set up to trade HFT accounts. All of the set files that I set up fit inside the consistency rules. So they're all fixed lots at 0.1 lots. I'll show you. So they're all capped at 0.1. Now, I had a few withdrawals from this, but then obviously the prop firm that I was using, OnlyFunds, obviously got the management changed and all went to shit. So I've stopped using them altogether. They denied me and breached me on a couple of my payouts, so I'm not going to bother with them anymore. And what I could do with this account is just keep it running. I'm not really using it for anything right now, but I'm just going to keep it running because I quite like the data behind it. I also like that it's 0.1 lots only. Some of the set files, I probably should have capped the max orders to something sensible, because when I set this up, the max orders on all of these all of these pairs, max orders is set to like 99. So what I've noticed and what I'm in at the moment is I think it's GCAD. Yeah, GCAD. I've been in this GBP CAD buy sequence for ages now, over a month, I think. And what's happening is the max order is just building up and up and up and up. And that's what's caused me to be in drawdown right now. So if I go to re-optimize this master account, what I'll do is probably use exactly the same optimization file, but I'll just cap the max orders at like 15 or something sensible. And then it will just hopefully reduce my exposure and help me control the drawdown a little bit. But I'm just going to keep this running just simply to build the data up because I quite like it. And I can use this once again for personal accounts and cent accounts, or even prop firm challenges and funded accounts. So yeah, 10% since the 15th of April. Can't complain. Like I said, in a little bit of drawdown, but nothing too crazy. We've seen 1,614 trades, which is, quite a lot. It's not as much as a double Confluence account that I'm running, but it's enough. And we done 3% in April, 4.5% in May, probably the best month. I think that's when I had a 3K payout from OnlyFunds, and then 2.5% in June. So not too shabby at all. We'll keep this running, see what it does in July, but so far so good. And the last account that I want to talk you through is this RoboForex cent account. So I started this on the 10th of June. Now this come from, I was having a chat with Darren and we was talking about, how we can maximize cent accounts and live capital and try and flip that and be aggressive and, control your own ecosystem. So rather than relying on prop firms all the time, we can actually make money from personal accounts and cent accounts. And it just meant like being more aggressive, because my whole idea and approach behind this was simply just to bulk copy my master accounts into this account. And that's what I done. I decided to bulk copy. I'm not sure if it was the double confidence account or something else, but I times it by 10. So I used a lot multiplier by 10, bulk copied open positions, banked quite well, as you can see here, banked a lot here. It was nice and steady with the growth from there, banked a little bit more here and so on. And I've managed to flip the account. So I've doubled the account, 102% growth in 3 weeks. And what I can do is I can then, in a little bit of drawdown actually today, but what I could do is actually half this account. I could split that, let's say it's at 2K right now. I could split that into 2 accounts and do it again and scale those and do it again and so on and so on. Or I could just remove 1K, which is what I deposited. Now that the account's risk-free, and I could just do it again and repeat the process. Now that I know that the process works, I'll be trying to drive this a little bit more, but a nice 1K withdrawal. And yeah, 100% growth in 3 weeks, which is unbelievable. 1,550 trades, so a lot of trades in 3 weeks anyway. And yeah, here are the results. I'm pretty sure I bulk copied the double confidence account, or it might have been my trend and ranging account. As you can see, the lot sizes will be pretty big. So there we go. They are my chosen 5 master accounts for today. I've actually got a few more running, and once that data builds up, I'll share those with you as well. I hope it gave you some insight into how I run my accounts, and if you're not a POW member, how we do things inside POW, and how you can use demo and master accounts to scale, prop firm and live capital and so on and so on. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.